Welcome back to Bricks and Clicks. I am Jennifer Kalo. I have Ashley Billings with me, and we've been chatting about Prime Day 2024, this latest Prime Day here in October. What happened? And the consumers showed up incredibly differently than they ever have before. We're seeing results we've never seen before. And I think everything that I read coming up to this is when shoppers are going to be buying for holiday. They are going to be buying their Christmas presents. And that's not at all what we saw. Ashley, tell everybody what we saw.
Okay, so normally electronics are like the biggest seller in every Prime Day event, on every event that Amazon has. And they were not. I think they were like sixth in place this year instead of being the top seller. Most consumers were buying basics and stocking up on the basics that they needed. And there weren't good enough deals to the shopper to even feel like they wanted to buy the things that were not a need, that felt juicy enough to say, okay, I don't need this right now, but I'll go ahead and buy it. So definitely a flip in the consumer's experience on Amazon this year.
Do you think that the consumer is having deal fatigue, that everything's on deal all the time? Or do you think that maybe the items and the brands that the customers were looking for didn't show up to play on Prime Day?
I think it's kind of a mixture of both. I don't think that there were juicy enough deals, even though I know for all of our clients, they were like 20% off. That's a lot to have to commit to.
Mhm.
And Amazon was making you commit to that. They changed their structure in their Prime exclusives deals this year. So a lot of people didn't qualify like they normally would have. They also charged for it this year, and they normally didn't. And they didn't even do it for the July Prime Day. We didn't have to pay to be a part of that, and now sellers did. So they've definitely changed the structure of how even sellers can show up for shoppers on Prime Day. So I think that that also took away from the people that
They
normally
just
could show
didn't.
up that just couldn't show up this year.
Yeah.
And then Amazon wanted them to have really deep discounts, and they just couldn't afford themselves to have that deep discount for the consumer. So I think there was a lot of mixture of that. And then there's a lot of things going on right now, period, in the world. We're having all of the hurricanes and all of that. And I think a lot of people just, that's the last thing on their mind right now. And when they did hop on, nothing was juicy enough for them to go, oh, yeah, I've got to get this, because nobody can make it juicy enough.
I feel like we have a lot to talk about here. Okay. So let's backstep for just a minute and let's tell the listeners what the new pricing was to play with this October Prime Day. So you mentioned Amazon charged a fee just to participate. And then for many of our clients, and it depended by category, they wanted minimum percent discounts off. Can you elaborate a little bit more?
Yes, absolutely. So when you do a Prime exclusives discount, you get to be on the big Prime Day page. So when you're a consumer going in and you're shopping, you can just go to that page and find pretty much anything that you want to find. To be a part of that event, it was $50. And then you have to have so many reviews. You have to have so many sales with your pricing. So let's say that you were like, okay, in August, maybe you're like, I need to change my pricing because I'm losing money, whatever the case shall be. And you upped your pricing. If you didn't get 3 sales before that Prime event happened, you didn't get to participate with that new pricing. So you either had to change that pricing back, or you had to increase your discount to be a part of it. So a lot of different things changed this year to be a part of that big Prime deal page for the exclusive. So a lot of people didn't qualify. They were like, I can't get in it because I don't have the reviews, or I don't have enough sales on that item to qualify to be there. So then I have to do a coupon. Well, then most of the time for a coupon, the shopper is literally just going and searching for you individually for that brand to find you, because you're not showing up in this special place. So if I'm going to look for, let's say, sugar, I don't know why that came to mind. Let's say I'm
Mhm.
going to look for sugar. I'm buying the sugar that I always buy. That's what I'm looking up if I'm trying to find a coupon.
Yeah.
If I'm looking for Prime exclusives, I'm looking at that big deal page.
Yeah, and I think it depends on what your overall strategy is. So if you're going into Prime Day going, I'm going to capture new customers. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to provide a discount. I'm going to have to show up in a certain way. Then that's a marketing initiative, right? You're not looking at this going, I'm going to make $1 million on sales day on Prime Day, or I'm going to make $20,000 on Prime Day. You're going, I'm going to acquire so many new customers. And we know our acquisition rate is 40% or 20%. So out of that, I'm going to carry forward this many customers. That is usually the intention of Prime Day marketing events. If you're going to be, you want to be showing up in search for customers that aren't normally looking for you. To your point, if you want to do a stock up event, which we see, back when people had circulars, right? Target would have the big stock up event, like come get all your cleaning supplies. It's January, or come get, remember it would be like, get your whites. And it would be like every day, like t-shirts and underwear. This really dates me because I feel so old saying this, because I don't think this happens anymore. But those stock up events are other ways to incrementally, gain some sales, but really your shopper's going to go buy them anyway. And so is that the best strategy? Would be my question, right? So for me, what I was seeing on my end were brands that I do normally buy. So for me, Prime Day is an opportunity for me to stock up on the things that I'm normally going to buy anyway with a great price. So I looked for nut pods, which I use frequently as examples here on the podcast because they do such a beautiful job with email marketing and telling you when they've landed in new retailers and showing up where the customer is shopping. So they'll send you an email marketing campaign. I just got one this morning that said, hey, it's time for holiday flavors. Buy on Amazon, buy on Walmart.com, buy on our website. Yeah, wherever the heck you want to show up. Here you go. Top 3 option. They were not offering any Prime Day deals, Ashley, but you know who was? Their top competitor. I looked back in my pantry and I buy a lot of Element, LMNT. A lot of people are putting Element in their waters. It's helping us with hydration, and it's really expensive. So I thought this is going to be a great opportunity to stock up. Watermelon is my favorite Elements flavor. I get on there, no Element, but you know who is there? Their number one competitor. So to me, it's more important than ever to have a real strategy for Prime Day. We're not just spaghetti on a wall last minute. Oh, oops, we forgot about this. I don't know if any of you follow Dave Ramsey, but Dave Ramsey cracks me up when he talks about Christmas. And he's like, Christmas happens every year. It's the same day every year. You got to budget throughout the rest of the year so you can buy your Christmas presents and you don't put it on a credit card. It's the same thing for Prime Day. It happens every year. It's always on the same exact, well, normally the same weeks. And now we know that we're getting Prime Days in July and we're getting Prime Days in October. Typically, they were always in July. It was a big summer event. And then I think Amazon realized, oh crap, we really need to go and get these holiday sales, and we need to get them before every other retailer does. So we're going to do a sneak attack, and we're going to do an October one. Well, of course, all the other retailers caught on. One thing I was thinking of in the shower this morning, which is where the best ideas come, was obviously, Amazon is the gold standard when it comes to large sale events throughout the year. This is Amazon's Super Bowl. Like, we know July and October. And what's interesting is if you look at the data, not only is every July better than the previous July's sales, but every October then follows the previous July, and the sales are always beating the previous July. So every Prime Day that Amazon has somehow is better and better and better and better for them financially. So if the world's large, well, if the US is, because I don't know if Amazon US beats the rest of the world, but we'll just say Amazon US, the United States' largest retailer, has the gold standard of participating on Prime Day. And then we watch every other retailer that's large follow suit. So Walmart matches the same week. Target matches the same week, and Walmart and Target wait for Amazon to announce, and then they quickly announce that they're going to have a random wild, deal days too. They're doing this because we've now trained the shopper that this is when you're going to find the best deals. This is when you need to purchase for Christmas. And if they are spending all this money and all this attention conditioning the shopper to get ready to buy for holiday, what the heck are you doing? Like, why are you not jumping in on this? I don't understand. And so and Ashley, I'll let you take the baton in just a sec. I want you to talk about ways to prepare for Prime Day And what we're learning from this go round is the shopper currently, because of all the distractions, they're buying basic items. And it could be the economy. It could be, look, we're not ready to buy Christmas yet. We need to stock up on toilet paper. But be ready for the shopper when they're ready to shop and have a freaking Prime Day deal. Plan for this. If you can't do a 20% discount, go look in the back of your warehouse and go, what crap needs to go? What do we need to do a fire sale on? That's going to be our Prime Day deal. We're going to show up hard and heavy for last year's bath soap that was in watermelon because we still have a crap ton of it here on the floor. And we're going to go put it in Amazon a month or two before Prime Day. And we're going to lean heavily into that. And that's going to be our thing. So when our customers come looking for us or people in other categories come looking for that space, they're going to see this and we're going to get some new acquisition. Ashley, pass the baton. How do we get ready for the next Prime Day? I know now we have till July, but
Yeah.
don't be surprised if Amazon sneaks one more in this year, since this one was a little bit of a disaster in terms of Christmas.
Yeah, and that's kind of where my curiosity goes is how is Amazon going to recover from this? And we're all going to have to wait and see and play along and just wing it as we normally do with Amazon. I think preparing for Amazon is to make sure that you can meet those Prime exclusives still. Because the goal for being part of Prime Day events is for that new shopper that you don't have, that you've never gotten in touch with. Because I know for a lot of my clients, it's like they're new. People don't know they exist. They're trying to get in front of eyeballs and they have really, really, really good products that if people would just find them, then they would fall in love with them. So that's what Prime Day to me and what I tell our clients, that's what it's about, is getting in front of those new shoppers and having them purchase. And in order to do that, that's not going to be a coupon. That's going to be being a part of Prime Exclusives discount where you can show up on that page and get some advertisement for people to find you and fall in love with you. So definitely starting to make sure that you have your items qualify for it. The reviews are good. Your inventory is good. You're in stock. Go ahead and make sure that you have SEO and that you're ranking on those before Prime Day gets here. Don't go in and change a bunch of stuff right before Prime Day. And ads. Make sure you're watching your ads. I spent all day Tuesday and Wednesday when Prime Day was happening, going into our accounts, turning off things, pushing things harder that were working, making sure that we weren't spending $30 on a bid and that we were staying where we needed to stay. Um, really, really watching all of those things. So I would start now, especially with email marketing too, outside of that. So whenever Prime Days do come, you can let people know, hey, I'm participating
Mhm.
because then they may share it with someone else that may have never found you before to let them know, like, hey, they have a really juicy discount coming up. I had family text me. A lot of people think that I have this magic little wand in my back pocket that can tell them all the deals that happen on Amazon. That is not the case. I wish it was. But I always am like, I don't know everybody's, but I know what my clients are doing. And I send a lot of them a list like, here's everything that I know my clients are doing right now. And here's the ones that I would definitely go buy for because of whatever you have going on. I have one that's having a new baby, and I was like, you can't live without this product. Go buy this product. You're going to need this whole line of baby things from this client for sure because great product. So really just making sure that you show up, making sure you qualify and you have inventory and are prepared beforehand so you're not rushing around trying to change things.
I love that. Really, you have two strategies. You have one on app and one off app. And the on app is all about being seen, showing up, having enough inventory, making sure that you qualify for Prime Day deals, paying the $50 or whatever the entry fee is, making sure that you have enough margin built into your items or netting out at zero and having this be a marketing event for you that you guys just don't make any money off of, but it's at the cost, right? The benefit of client or shopper acquisition in the future. The off app strategy is multiple fold. Ashley mentioned email marketing. There is no reason that you shouldn't also be on every single social media platform that you're on talking about Prime Day deals. I mean, best in class would be you're doing a TikTok shop and you're doing a live video on TikTok and you're running things live and you're telling people to go get on Amazon and you have a link and you're giving it to them. So There's no reason that you can't hit all of these buttons, many of them being free or very low cost. It costs $0 to make a post on social media. It costs basically $0 to do email marketing, depending on the size of your list, right? It might cost $50 to go be a part of Amazon Prime Day deals, and then you're losing 20, 25% to participate and to give people a reason to say yes. The downside to this is if you don't participate, like what happened with me when I was looking for my favorite brands, your competition is going to snatch these people up. And even your everyday loyal shoppers that are going on to do a bulk up buy, they're gonna go, "Ooh, well, I didn't find my favorite nut pods, or I didn't find my favorite Element or Tide Pods." I'm sure Tide participated, so I don't wanna lump them in there, but so I'm gonna go try this other thing. It's a great opportunity for me to try a new thing, and it opens the door to your consumer leaving you. So I really wanna strongly encourage to start today in preparing for the next Prime Day, preparing for your next strategy. Have an internal strategy meeting with your team at your company and talk about what you're going to do differently. What are some COEs, if you're a retailer, correction of errors? What are things we didn't do well? What are things we did exceptionally well? Where did we miss, and how can we do better next time? Ashley, do you have anything else to add?
No, I mean, I would like to just stress the point of what you said about them having the opportunity to leave you when someone else is on deal. Because, like I mentioned before, a lot of people just need to try your product in order to fall in love with you and go, oh, that's my new this, or this is my new that. I love them. So when your competitor shows up and gives them that opportunity to leave you, you're losing. It's definitely worth it to be a part of it, to get into the shopper, to have like a lifelong client versus I'm not going to participate because I can't afford to pay the $50. Let's think about this. Coupon, you have to pay for clicks for a coupon too. So I think it was what, like I did the math for a client. It was between 70 and 80 clips is what it takes to get that $50. Come on. Like you're going to eat up those clips pretty quickly. Might as well just go with the Prime exclusives because it's a better benefit to get in front of new to brand shoppers versus people that already know you're there and are already coming to look for you. So just prepare, be cautious, and show up in every direction that you can possibly show up in: social, email marketing, everywhere. Just get in front of the shopper so they can fall in love with you and then come back over and over again.
I agree. And be prepared in case Amazon does a sneak attack and gives us a third Prime Day this year. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening to Bricks and Clicks. We'll see you on the next episode.